have a roof over my head, but I'm telling you now, I'd rather be skin and bones. I'd rather be homeless than have you out on them streets tonight. Please don't go, Mama. I know you're out there working so I can have food on the table, so I can have a roof over my head. But I'm telling you now, I'd rather be skin and bones. I'd rather be homeless than have you out on them streets tonight. I wish I could tell you, but I'm so ashamed. 'Cause when you walk out that door, I try to scream out your name. Humiliation stops me, and I no longer feel pain. I'm numb to my spirit, and I'm going insane. 'Cause when you walk out that door and he takes his last sip of wine, he says, "Come here, baby, I got something for you. Lay down, be quiet. It's our little secret, it's our little secret, it's our little secret, it's our little secret. Please don't go, Mama, I know you're out there working so I can have food on the table, so I can have a roof over my head. But I'm telling you now, I'd rather be skin and bones. I'd rather be homeless than have you out on them streets tonight.
One more time, can we go Joy? Yes, you're going away yet? Still up here. Next up, her and Naru are gonna do a duet called Faith. Before we get started, let me talk about this brother Naru. I first moved out here. He was with Organic Creations. Anybody ever see Organic Creations? Yeah! Yeah, and I mean, this brother has paved the way for a lot of different artists in the community, from writers to, you know, maybe filmmakers, people doing video. I mean, it's an amazing brother. This is his project, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. So, without any further my BS, Naru, come out, yo.
What's up, what's up? We're gonna do a little song called Faith, because you know I feel like you gotta give it up to the Creator. All y'all believe in the Creator, right? Whatever name you call him, you know. What? That's all that. That's not going. What's up, man? Ain't you feeling the Creator?
Hey, who believes in the Creator? If you believe in the Creator, say hallelujah! Hallelujah! Hallelujah!
Play that
All
jazz,
praise
play
be
that
to the
jazz.
Most High.
Yeah. Make some noise. Let us know you in here. Somebody said y'all dead back there. They said the crowd is dead. Let's hear y'all. What's up? They in here, y'all. They in here. They in here. Yeah. You gotta have faith. You gotta have faith. Turn it up. Turn the beat up. Turn the beat up. Yeah. This world sometimes seems a trip, cause everywhere I go I see hustlers, max, players, and pimps. On the Ave that I'm living on, everybody's mind seems to be straight up gone. I be seeing crack fiends and things on my block. It makes me wanna just grab the Glock and put them out of their misery. But I'll be having faith in the Creator that one day things will be better than they are right now. Some way, somehow, my people have to work this out. Cause I'm tired of seeing my folks broke and living dirty, scrounging, trying to make ends meet. You know it hurts me to sit by and watch my people getting high. I can't lie, I used to try to kiss the sky, but no longer, cause now I'm much stronger in my mind state, and I want my kin folks to elevate. We can't wait because time is of the essence. Let's dust ourselves off and start counting up our blessings. Our ancestors died so we could have a chance. So I refuse to be a victim of circumstance. You think we got it that bad? Food chains in the whip is something we ain't never had. I ain't saying that it's all good, but you gotta have faith if you wanna save our neighborhood.
I've been told a million lies.
I've been told a million lies.
So what is real in disguise?
What is real in disguise?
When my will to live is gone, it gives me reason to live on. Have faith.
You gotta have faith, y'all.
Have faith. Have faith.
You gotta have faith, y'all.
Ooh, have faith. Have faith.
They say that life is a trip and then you die. So I wonder why people keep on fighting, struggling to survive. Mine steady thinking about the afterlife. We got to sacrifice on earth. You know, pay the price for living, taking and giving. This ain't religion, I ain't preaching. My spirit and soul is like seeking an answer to all of this madness. Young kids being killed and it fills me with sadness. So I write, it helps to keep my mind tight, so I can fight all the demons trying to kill the light that lives inside of me. Cause I ain't coming quietly, they'll have to kill me first. Then I'll have a rebirth into another realm of total new existence, and start again in another world of sin. So I battle like my life depends upon it, cause it does. What happened to the love?
I've been told a million lies.
I've been told a million lies.
So what is real in disguise?
What is real in disguise?
When my will to live is gone,
Sing it, girl, sing it.
it gives me reason to live on.
You know you gotta have faith.
Ooh, have faith.
Have faith, y'all.
Have faith. Yeah. Ooh, have faith. Have faith.
Faith is belief in something you cannot physically grasp, but yet you keep right on believing just the same. Is that insane? My whole life is based on faith. Faith in the Creator, faith in my people, and faith in myself. Without faith, what reason would I have to go on? And so I struggle and keep the faith.
I said I've been told a million lies.
skies.
When my will to live is gone, you give me reason to live on.
Have faith, y'all.
Got to have faith.
Have faith, y'all.
Hallelujah.
Have faith, y'all.
Yeah.
Now let me hear you say faith. Come on, faith. Let me hear you say faith. Yeah. Smooth it out, Kamiko. Yeah.
You gotta believe. You gotta believe. Well.
Have faith,
You
y'all.
have got to believe
Have faith.
in the Most High. You got to believe in your family, yeah.
Have faith.
You got to believe in your brother. You gotta believe. You got to believe in your
Have
sister.
faith, y'all.
How y'all like that? Next up, this brother about to come with some conscious racism stuff. His name is Fundraiser, and give it up for him if you know him. Saying he has a book called Sounds in the Day of the Life. You can buy at Marcus in San Francisco, or you can also buy it at Things Caribbean in East Oakland. Here he goes, Fundraiser.
Good evening. Yeah, this poem is called Mental Blues, and I'm sure we can all identify with it. Little sound here. It's my heart. I desire peace. In my quest to have just a piece of peace, I become a black stratospheric pressure about to explode in a catastrophic society. Why do we continue living dysfunctionally? Are we really instrumental in this rotating, consequential, elemental universe by discord? Or simply recipients of an ancient curse placed on ancestors who digested the lie, producing generations to cry and pray that things will not get worse as pale Western hands hold society's purse. In flashbacks, I see anxious slave traders, original cultural raiders, invaders, speaking Arabic, made to be understood by the sound of the whip. Before European nations set sail their ships, creating white blues to be sung by black lips, do you find it odd to associate angel to Anglo, to address savage barbaric heathens as if biblical Lord and Master, the same that has brought us to the brink of global disaster, while the world is spinning faster off its axis? We secure worldly annihilation paying taxes, victims of a situation detrimental, debating life's essential character. We live bent in a question mark. Is this existence an experimental condition to drain our brain of its mentality? Is it the reason we write, cry, and recite in the reality of searching for a light that will eliminate these unwanted white blues so coincidental to the dark nature of Satan's potential? Living blues so tormental. I want to put a gun, act like a revolutionist and blow these guardians of the blues to kingdom come. Then I question, in what direction shall I aim the barrel of the gun? Don't let this world explode into a because we can't get no peace. Don't let this world explode into a peace, because we can't get no peace. Don't let the world explode into a peace. Peace.
Now I'm about to get open. The first time I saw him was on Valentine's Day, '96, and he did this poem mixing Jimi Hendrix and Malcolm X and brought it all down from Roman numerals to the X, and it was the most powerful piece I ever heard. But also, I'm going to give him up because he's a new father, raising his son. You know, pinata. He's about to come out with Die Superfly, and this is on hit. So, Afro Can, come out, bruh.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? All right, folks. Is Edith here? I'm here. All right, just making sure. It's a trip because now that I got my son, he's almost 15 months. I have to like check my morals, my ideals, because everything I do, he does. And the other day I was, I got a habit, I spit everywhere. I'm about to go, brothers spit, And, I went to the bathroom, my son came in there and was spitting in the toilet. I'm like, all right, yo, wow. And so, I have to really check myself as a father now. I have to really check the things that I believe in and the things that I do, because I see that those are things that he's gonna do naturally because he sees me do it. I just trip on the things that society kind of holds high and how they actually keep us low. This one's dedicated to my son, and I call it Die Superfly, because it's really just about, me making that big change to make a big difference. And it all came about when I realized that Superfly came with game to pimp the imaginations of generations and make everybody's afro fall. Pushing inhales of Ziploc spells, hypnotize daddy with rhymes and beats, seducing minds with his telepathic speech, talking about come rest between these stress-free satin sheets and sleep to gunshot lullabies and sugar-coated thighs. I'm talking, this could be you and me, but you see, Daddy's back and he sure don't wanna lose again, and brothers sure don't wanna be used again. So Superfly die and fly never again. You see, 'cause I'ma let my afro grow, dread until I sweep the floor, and hold my fist up to let them know that I'm the blind son spawned from rolling stones, and it's been too long. You see, Mr. Super Duper Superfly, I got to survive, so it's time for me, and it's time for you to die, Mr. Super Duper Super. Thank you.
Coming to the stage are the ritualizers, the one who makes the ancestors manifest. You got Robert Jamal Aldean, Kayleigh, and Toto, 2/3 of the Black Dot Artist Collective. Give it up for them.
Where Marcella?
You know it's Black Dot.
Okay.
Of he who will divide the earth and bring forth life from death and bring forth death to those living dead already. The true master, master of the universe, master of the day of judgment, will come like wind, age like fine wine, only to rain down the living fire and be seen by those who gather in upper rooms and join together and speak in sacred tongues. I come in the name of the one that comes more powerful than John Doe poet me, thinking 10 times the poetry of all poetries, thinking like a Coltrane solo. Thinking like a Coltrane solo. Thinking like a Coltrane solo. Solo. Deep soul, down home soul. Soul train, cold train. Deep soul, down home soul. Soul. Like Mars, Venus, Pisces, Saturn, Aries, even MVPs from lucky I am. Tuesday for Black Dot. Oh, you know, this is a fundraiser. T-shirts are $10 right over there. Large and extra large. That's it, really. Coming up next, you might have seen it perform open mic nights at Jeffries, Victor's, Du Soleil, Berkeley. I mean, everywhere there's an open mic, this sister has rocked. She is probably the most beautiful person I've ever had the pleasure to work with or talk to, ever. Give it up for Roxanne.
What up, sis? Rox!
Hey, Roxanne.
I saw a black sunrise, black hole open. I let my soul step through and saw my chains fall off of me. I realized I had been set free, so I started running for my freedom. Running for my freedom, running for my freedom, running. I was running for my freedom, running for my freedom, running. I was running for my freedom, running for my freedom, running for my freedom. I was running for my freedom and I saw you shackled there, and I wanted to heal your wrist shackled in bondage. I saw you in front of Master's storefront patronizing his recognition of who you are, or rather who he made you. I was running for my freedom and I saw you with your ankles shackled in bondage. I watched you be sold for $2.35 a pack and a 40 ounce to keep you bounded in black. I was running for my freedom and I saw you drowning in gin to forget the middle passage you had been in. I saw strange fruit hanging on the corner shackled, and I tried to break your chains. I tried to give you the keys to let yourself be free. I tried to break your chains, but I found it pulling me into your slumber. I found it bounding and shackling my own black journey. And I couldn't break my own self free. I couldn't soar no more. I couldn't even fly for being too high. And I couldn't even run for my freedom. And I told you, brother, we gotta run tonight, but you said not until a nigga get his head tight. You say a brother need a job, so he ain't gotta rob from another black man. But how you gonna be free with a gun, a drink, a fat spliff, and a remote in your hand? And I told you, brother, you was ready to go. But you sat there shackled watching the sports post-game show, so I kept running. I was running for my freedom. Running. I was running for my freedom, running for my freedom.
I was running for my freedom. I was running for my freedom and I saw you shackled there. Was it getting your nails done or was it doing your hair? And you was raising your tribe without a black king, waiting for the one that just came to come black? But see, he got his own cotton to pick. He got his own field to plow. Now you know falling in black love ain't allowed in the game. And that's a shame you still wait for a black sunrise with your third eye blinded, asking me if you could have a few black dollars to borrow till you pick up your food stamps tomorrow. Asking me if I could black babysit so you can find another one-night black love to go shackle with. See, I was running for my freedom. I took your chains off so you could run with me. But you said a black king without a black queen just ain't never gonna be free. So I left you standing there in all your ghetto pride, doing your hair, waiting for your nails to dry. Left you waiting on the next brother to come gain you out to royalty. And as I was running, I heard you yelling about a black queen just ain't gonna be. Well, I'm that queen free. And I kept running for my freedom. Running for my freedom. Running. I was running for my freedom. Running for my freedom. Running. I was running for my freedom. Running for my freedom. Running. I was running for my freedom. Running for my freedom. Running. I was running for my freedom, running for my freedom. Running. I was running for my freedom, ran into you and fell straight on my black. I watched you put the chains on my blackness, tried to get me to believe the lies of the story he told. His story, the one that had all black off soul. But how you gonna tell a story about me and don't even begin when I was free? See, my story don't start with no shackles on and my story don't start with no master's plan and my story don't start with no emancipation. My story don't even know no Jim Crow. My story don't start at the beginning of no bus stops or underground railways. My story begins as being a queen of the motherland with a black king ruling with a loving clan. Now the story begins when there's a black reign, not a black gang. See, before I was a color, I was a tribe. And when I was a warrior, nobody called me a convict. And when I was a black queen, nobody called me a black bitch. When I was running for my freedom, I realized your slavery left me with no authenticity. I realized your slavery left me with no identity. I realized I was drowning in a pool of black sweat. When I was running for my freedom, I woke up and found myself as your slave trade employee. Sold me for that talk about being an equal opportunity employer. Why I still got chains on? Why I still got these black chains on? Why I still got chains on? See, the black race is about brothers and sisters lining up on a starting block and they shoot the gun and the brothers and the sisters, they run. But they shoot the gun again. Tell them to go back. Tell them to go black. They tell them to go back, but never again, never again, never again, never again. Why I still got these chains on? Why I still got these black chains on? See, I'm black gone. People, is your black coming? Cause I gotta keep running for my freedom. Running for my freedom. I'm 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 running for my freedom.
That was powerful. Next up to bat is somebody that's kind of unique because his name is Igos. Y'all probably know him as Joe. His mom's been in every single show, so give moms a hand for supporting her son. Mom's been in every single show. You got a piece. Now this brother, he doesn't really speak poetry, he paints pictures with his voice. So I want y'all maybe close your eyes and think about this one. This one's called the Joshua Tree.
Freeze! Freeze!
hell, heaven, the devil, God, knowledge of good and evil, no knowledge of either, ether for the pain, lithium, cocaine.
If you want.
Speak to me, Joshua.
You don't have to.
Speak to me through channels of my physicality into our Father's soul. In a world full of atoms stands the Joshua tree, firmly rooted in the soul. Hands touch air, touch eyes see, and one could feel the imperfections, the fingers, the blood, the flesh, the potential for pain, trip. So real. So able to die. Potent emotions spawn the words I'm spoken, floating this life while I'm trying to be true. Man. My introspection has taken me to the end of my world, but I'm still here, emanating revolution. 360 of them. Sea of deception, seaweed tangles around men's antennae, creating poor reception for their truth receptors, and so now I know. Lithium tastes like something man isn't supposed to ingest. Seeing so much, my hands clutch a stretcher that I'm handcuffed to at all four extremities as I look down on the floor at all the containers of cocaine I managed to spill. Spread out in a pile with yellow and red lids. Damn. Is love burning? But hold up though, because those aren't containers of cocaine. Those capsules are empty, plus I haven't spilled them, they were already there, planted with my roots. But will somebody please just give me my shit anyway, because now I'm starting to trip. And whoever does so, could you please tell LL he's not my uncle. The future of the funk. Speak to me, tell me, please. What's a Joshua tree, homie? Hell? Heaven? The devil. God? Knowledge of good and evil. No knowledge of either. Ether for the pain. Lithium, cocaine, alcohol. You know I gave my Joshua tree some alcohol. Liked it. So I gave it some more. And my homie started calling him an alcoholic. I'm like, speak to me, God. Speak to me through that big-ass door in my room. Lions and niggas be running through it, but they can't see me. I'm a invisible man, a universal truth. In a life full of lovers of it dwell true revolutionaries, internal and external soldiers at war with the forces that try to hide the truth and or hide from it. They're the Joshua tree killers, in case you didn't know. Joshua trees get cut down. They raise too many questions and live too many answers. Look, if God is all things, where does the devil fit in? Could the devil just be a part of God's personality, the so-called dark part that even in the Bible he urged us not to try to get hip to, but we just had to know? If I only know hell, do I still feel hell, or do I just feel stasis since now I only know one thing? I'm just saying it's the juxtaposition, right? The contrast, the comparison of this and that makes this shit right here so hard. Hell, heaven, the devil, God, Adam and Eve, perfection lost, knowledge gained, ether for that pain, lithium, cocaine, the alcohol. Last but certainly not least, marijuana. Good God, the Joshua tree is burning. Somewhere in the fire, that strong, radiant flower that has no limitations is waging through hell. So don't speak to me anyone, because I could feel you. Real quiet life through our soul. Coping, floating, soaking in this reality, trying to be true. In a land of folks that don't accept responsibility, who's getting paid for the dope is the focus instead of why we're paying for it with our soul. Can you see me? The blame and the names change. They go around in a circle. People be passing the buck like Adam and Eve. You know, because just as Eve could be sitting somewhere wondering why Adam was such a punk, the snake could be laying there wondering the exact same thing about her. I trip too. I feel like, did the snake really trick her? Or could he have just been speaking from the heart, ignorant but honest? You know, because a book says he was the most subtle creature in the garden, but he wasn't all-knowing, right? Maybe the snake, like a lot of people, just didn't know what he was talking about. You know, just got caught up in his own flow. And then Eve, maybe she just believed him. See, that wouldn't be deceitful now, would it? That would just be ignorance and true self-expression. Kind of like I'm doing right now. Man, it just seems to me the snake would have had to have known bad things would come and then wanted them to in order for him to have so-called beguiled her, as Eve claimed. Who said the snake knew the future? And if he did, why would he want to get cursed? See how he's tripping, spinning, sinning in this reality, trying to be true. Somewhere in a desolate sea of ignorance and confusion lies an isle of peace of mind and tranquility, but who inhabits this place? We will see soon enough, face to face with the Joshua tree. Live, gorgeous green, leaves on full, healthy branches, roots strong and firmly rooted in the soul, trunk radiant, rich, wide and tall, perfection, living infinitely in the universe. Man, but for now, I look in the mirror, dimly lit, as they say. Satisfied, disgusted even, thinking about the Joshua tree. I'm at war, and the enemy is looking back at me. Peace. Yeah.
Goes. Never keep it real, always keep it up.
Niggas posing as authentic gangbangers, talking about they got stripes. Their acclamation to fame is shooting a black man. But are any of these so-called gangbangers willing to use their guns in the revolution? Are any of these so-called gangbangers willing to empty the clips of their 9 double limbs for the liberation of black people? Cause to me, you ain't a true gangbanger unless you ganging up and banging up on the real gangsters, operating incognito as representatives of a democratic society. Imitation gangbangers set tripping on other imitation gangbangers, not realizing that the real set trip is on those who have set you up for failure. Booby-trapped your quest for success and tripped you to fall deep into a black hole of self-destruction. Nigga, will you set trip for millions of African ancestors who died in the Atlantic slave trade? Will you and your posse get into your Chevy and ride down on American hypocrisy? Are you willing to represent black power so Brother Malcolm's death would not be in vain? Nigga, would you bogart for control of your own destiny? Are you going to organize your homeboys into a clique of freedom-fighting assassins all across this motherfucking continent? Because if not, get the fuck out of my face.
What's up? T-shirts for sale, y'all know that. Coming up, I hope y'all got your spiritual seatbelts on because you're about to go on a cosmic journey with Amira and Frank. Give it up for them.
Peace. Before we get started, can you hold that down for just a second? I want to observe a moment of silence for this woman who was slain over the January period. She was decapitated, buried in her boyfriend's backyard. Her wake was, I think it was either last night or this evening. And we do need to recognize, you know, there's a lot of domestic violence out there. There's a lot of people who are going through it who can't do anything about it, or they think. For the answers to questions that remain lurking in the darkest corners of your unexplored consciousness, to the places past and future you never could get before us, connected in the form of reality, shaking off limitations that challenge me. I quest, no stress, to be the best at all I attempt while here, no less, to master this entire world. My mind state unfurls, leaving my DNA uncurled to reveal the true words of all our roots and prophets past, doing ceremonial dances by the fire unmasked, revealing through eyes information stored mentally over years like a black hole. Revealing through our eyes information stored mentally over years like a black hole. Releasing ourselves from the stress despite how obstacles may weigh on us night after night until midnight when lightning strikes. Time and space portals are revealed in the light. Follow us if you can and will to relive the lives of your ancestors while time stands still. If you can't join in, concentrate and build with those next to you till the universe is filled with all our voices, making the same choices. Revolution to the fourth dimension where there are no noises. Through silence, speak, live on and reach uncharted destinations, analyze, then teach. Beyond scientists' explanations and dissertations, through cosmic elevation without hesitation.
The apprentice receives the oracle as an introverted water bowl. A green snake within the pool reveals messages of transformation. A fertility snake goddess forges a mound as a labyrinth through her neophyte's womb. Lunar mirror reflections rippling through the water bowl of stone. A star rock at the navel of her maid is the elixir for metamorphosis. The young shaman must dream the mysteries of the water bowl again. Her time travel is indigenous, her portal native as she embodies her Cherokee roots. Chanting with ancestors a great turtle pretext, she liberates her persona through the sound of her divine self. Levitating, transfiguring, she becomes 4 elements of air. Boundless, she splits, capable of all things omnipotent.
Delivered to an area of total control, beyond what we know as our souls. Foreign thought patterns are eliminated, as body and soul are illuminated. Step out of your inexplicable reality to a world where words are unessential, but duality is the balance of existential beings, controlling all things, building all scenes mentally, beyond what we see and talk to in 3D. Believe me, all you can do is see me. There's no translation of emancipation when I'm free to expand on my own creations, and spirit can go places uncreated and unheard. No annoying offerings of conversation because there are no words. But in this life, many struggle for understanding. Missing links provide mystery for freelancing esoteric thinkers drinking the wine of guessing, unknowing of actual events that cause stressing of the soul as they figure it out, ending meditations with bigger doubts. The offerings of the elders go by the wayside as they find themselves forced to make sacrifice, relegating themselves to the task of liberation from their own burden of guilt in search of spiritual emancipation. No consideration given to the fact that mastery is an eventual reward of living over and over again. Progress is certain, but as you make life's mistakes, it becomes curtains with the earth's elements and no definite support. From birth, you must decide for existence or fall short. Live freely without the world's stress on your chest, reincarnated and rejuvenated while at your best. Come with us, or else be left.
She bears witness to her conception as Cabbage Patch child and star. She is within the container of life, her origins begin, and flows through Milky Way waves of divine love as cosmic twins rise in the east, the birthmark of her duality. Ibeji, a brother and sister pair that brought her to this realm with telescope eyes, and the deja vu grounds her to terrain that isn't extraterrestrial but garden patch with kids like herself, kindred spirits of a cosmic gardener with cocoa mango skin that blends with reddish earth ground and dance, the enchanted memory of dream time, of sacred caves of divination where shells were thrown between my legs and prophecy was remilled as an amethyst cowrie, my vulva, the divinity of beginnings. Taseti is calling them.
Calling.
Polka dots with indigo footprints, the twine want their children to return, guardian spirits with hearts of gold, angels, the guardian angels have opened the gates. We may enter now through our third eye and hands of light. Come with us. Peace.
Darren and Frank, one more time, please. Coming up next, as far as the writing circle that I run with, is the Elder Statesman. You might have seen him at Berkeley with the Griot Continuum, numerous public access shows. I mean, every time this brother comes on, hearts be pumping, fists be raising. So give it up for Hashem.
Hello, I can't see nobody, but how y'all doing anyway? Yeah, cut the music up, man. Come on. This thing's going. Yeah. That ain't my song, man. That ain't my song. Come on. Get that shit out. Come on, man. It's the wrong song, kid. Yeah. Get this thing together, y'all. Jump star, baby. Come on, I can't see you, but I can know you're screwing up. Yeah, I love you though. Come on. Yeah. Yeah, that's Naru joint. Yeah. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Hook it up. Yeah. Out of respect and recognition for all the righteous revolutionaries who gave their lives back in the day, I say all power to the people, and I say Ashe. Say Ashe, y'all. Say Ashe, y'all. Out of respect and recognition for all the righteous revolutionaries who gave their lives back in the day, I say all power to the people, and I say Ashe. Give me another Ashe, y'all. That's right, because Mary J, she got it just right. As a matter of fact, that one joint airtight. Because that sister was digging on life in the sunshine. Knew she had to call on divine intervention for her peace of mind. Because see, a lot of times, brothers and sisters, be on some hardcore, do-or-die type bullshit. And everything that shit gets to be more of a trip. That shit gets real thick, real sick. See, it's sort of like Fred. Remember Fred before he dropped dead on his last hit? Couldn't win for lose. Soldier was rolling snake eyes. And then he started to realize he took his eyes off the damn prize. Now he can't even find an excuse for his psychotic behavior and abuse if he's on the floor. Feeny paid for his busted ass life. He's screaming, no more, no more. I can't take this shit no more. And he's on the floor. See, he can't get up because he got to get down. He can't find his way because he's lost and turned out. Hey, you can't see the trees when you're on your knees. He claims he loves life, but every day begging, please, please, somebody hit me, hit me. One joke from the Black Sea. Hit me, one joke in this misery. Hit me, one joke to the OOD. Hit me, one joke in the story. Out to lunch, gone to the market, slipped away forever, y'all, into darkness. And somebody catch that flick, please, while Fred is still on his knees so the world and these young wannabes can plainly see how the lights go out in the city with no love, no respect, and no dignity. Because no doubt Fred went deep south, no doubt 911 en route, no doubt it's a shame how that soldier went out. And some say like a sucker, but I won't judge that brother, because life on the bottoms, baby, can truly be a mother. But you don't die, yo, you suffer like a mother. And you won't ever hear this other brother complain, because he ran from the shelter, stood in the rain, soaked up all the pain he could sustain and maintain. And by the time he left that joint, that brother was completely drained, permanently stained and forever changed. But you won't ever hear him complain, because see, he came out the trench, but one in the chamber in a full clip, knew he had to get completely drenched for any of this shit to make sense. He really wish he could speak on this in the past tense, but he can't, and he ain't, because he's outranked and outflanked, so he gotta take it easy. Yes, he takes it easy. He walks that way every damn day, inch by inch, with a clenched fist. Not so much because he's pissed off or flexed up for fear of being soft. The brother really kind of hate the way it comes off. But he's been on it so long, it sort of comes natural now. He really don't know how it got that way. He really can't say. It's like something deep inside, y'all. It just won't go away. It's determined to stay. It just won't go away. It's sort of like a permanent belly ache. It's sort of like never being on time, always a few minutes late. It's sort of like not having enough food on that damn plate. It's sort of like the kind of funk, y'all. The kind of funk, y'all, you just can't fake. But hold up, wait, childhood, nah, it wasn't great. But still, he can't fake the funk about being abandoned or dumped. Can't walk like no chump, cause mom did the best she could with 3 squares, a house of prayer, a chimney and no damn wood. The black woman did the best she could. The brother probably going through a temporary slump. The brother probably just need a good jump start. Cause like his big brother said before he stepped into the realm of the undead, he said, youngin', what the fuck you think this is? This is grown folks shit here in the world, square biz. You got to die a little before you live what you think this is. And you got to have heart, or this world, these streets will rip your young ass apart. As he dipped into a deep, deep nod. Yeah, big brother was on the shit real, real hard. The kind of thing that happens when things fall apart. But no doubt, this young soldier here was reaching out, no doubt. He needed resuscitation, something quick. CPR, mouth to mouth, no doubt. I can still hear that soldier when he cried out. And he cried out from the depths of his soul, man. He cried like y'all will never know, man. He cried out. Hey, yo, check it out. I got a hot $5, man. Think one of you good fellas will give a brother a jump start? Cause see, I got the cables, right? I got Fuku hard. Brought him to the curb right here. All I need is a jump start. But there was no response. He said, hey, yo, don't front on this, man. Act like you know. All I need is a jump and I'm good to go. Act like you know. This cat in the back woke from his nap, rolled about the sack. He said, yo, Black, I got your back. Just need a jump, I can do that. Don't want your dough, cause I know you're tapped out, no doubt. He said, pop your hood, hook him up. A brother like me's gonna give you a jump. See, I can't front. I've been in them slumps, know all about them dumps. So get behind the wheel, don't trip on the steel. Key to ignition, rest your dome piece and listen for the engine. You say listen for the engine. Click, 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 click. You say listen for the engine. Click, click, click. Boom, 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 yeah. Boom, boom, yeah, the engine start. Coming out that nod, started feeling hard. The band plays and he feels safe to say, he says, thanks, yo, I'm good to go. Just want you to know, you got a lot of heart. Thanks for that jump start. If I ever see you on the streets on late night creep, you need a jump, don't front. I got your back, see I get down like that. You see, times are hard. And sometimes a brother or sister or brother just need a jump start. But you got to have cables, yo. You got to have Fuku heart. Get that jump start. So he lit off the brake. He gave it some gas. He put it in gear and peeled out fast. He ran over the rack and never looked back. And he's gone, waiting so long. And by the way, he told me to tell you brothers and sisters, you sisters and brothers, to find God a damn good pair of cables and stay strong. Because you never know when a brother or sister or brother may come along and need a jump start. You never know. Out of respect and recognition of all the righteous revolutionaries who gave their lives back in the day, I say all power to the people, and I say Ashe. Say Ashe, y'all. Ashe, thank you.
This piece is called This Cotton.
And at any given moment,
stale white bread and a mouthful of rancid meat. I smell of sweat and of earth. There is so much dirt caked under my fingernails. It's as if I've been clawing my way out of my own grave. My lower back throbs from stooping over cotton plants under razor-sharp arrows of Mississippi sunlight. This cotton grows from the sweat dripping from my skin. Let me lift my bone white shirt. It is like a raised curtain letting you look in the house after hours, and I'll show you swollen tattoos of bee and wasp stings, long raspy ribbed ridges of raised red flesh like rows in a garden, yeah, just like that, where my back was licked by the leathery tongue of a bullwhip. This cotton grows from the blood seeping through my skin. I work from can't see to can't see and sip warm water from hot steel ladles. All my babies are someone else's now. In fact, I don't recognize young blood crouched down next to me in the dirt, but he smells like I do. And his arms have hands and veins identical to mine. You don't think. This cotton grows because it is nurtured by me and my kin. And we work the soil like a masseuse on skin. Thank you. Because that piece was so short, they gave me the opportunity to do one more piece for you, if that would be okay. I would like to dedicate this to my homeboy Anthony, because Anthony taught me, showed me, that there is one individual to whom we can point the finger of blame at, who has failed our communities and who has broken us apart as a people and our families. And this dealer, this bastard, deals cable television. So my poem, if you don't mind, is entitled, Kill the Cable Man.
This is the shit right here.
We were all right until our neighborhoods became hardwired with a 24-karat coaxial dick, raping our imaginations, impregnating our brains with the demented fetuses of pop culture trivia. Before then, our family was the young and restless. Our grandparents' laps were our history channels, and the touch football games played in twilight where we danced to the percussion of dominoes were not sponsored by Federal Express or Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Back then, our lives were powered by stories and neck bones, not MTV and running shoes. Yeah. Now, we're making lemming-like Star Treks to the nearest Mickey D's to freestyle for our supper and be rewarded with Happy Meals featuring Stepin' Fetchit action figures and plastic Uzis so that we may give our suicidal brains Pepsi enemas. Now, our kids inherit dowries full of catchphrases and commercial jingles. Now we're handing down illiteracy and complacency as a special part of this complete, nutritious breakfast of bullshit. Our heads have naturally selected into slot machines. Garbage in and silver dollars drip from our tongues into greedy corporate pockets. But it's not too late to kill the cable man hanging from a street lamp. Yeah, it was our fault. We let Dracula into the house, this video Gestapo. We bought that bomb sack of soap operas and smoked it. Grandma stayed in the back room, not going senile but obsolete, creating crucifixes from nonfiction books and Bibles. We fed her talk shows and videos intravenously until she bled rich milk chocolate from her eyes. Meanwhile, the cable man knelt on the floor at the glowing altar of the television set and like a gypsy with a crystal ball foretold our future. No more standing in long lines for sporting events or movies. From now on, they come to you. So, the revolution has been postponed for late-breaking coverage of Princess Di's funeral and the season premiere of America's Funniest Home Videos with host Rodney King. The revolution has been postponed for infomercials peddling edible skin cancer and Uncle Tom's all-natural tooth whitener. The revolution has been put on hiatus until it can find a time slot, until it can find a sponsor. The revolution will not be seen this week. Instead, we bring you this special Malcolm X Day marathon of good times. Call in the station when you see the dancing food stamp and win a free watermelon and a fistful of coupons from KFC. Fuck the bullshit. Kill the cable man. Nigga, you're under arrest. For the murder of consciousness and independent thought, for the satellite dishing out bowls of ghetto Krispies, for teaching us blind followers of empty faith that it's good to chew gum, it's good to douche, it's good to moisturize, it's good to be thin, it's good to be athletic, it's good to play ball, it's good to kill the germs that may cause bad breath, it's good to be white, it's good to be white, it's good to be white. Snap! We have been hypnotized easily as chickens. It is time to wake up before the hatchet falls and the grease is heated. Snap! When I count to 3, you will no longer love Lucy. You heard me. You will stop masturbating with the cold black phallus of the remote control. You will no longer settle for sound bites of computer-generated politicians or deified pop artists, really 21st century field niggas picking #1 hits like Cotton and eating chitlin caviar in air-conditioned cabins. You will stop watching 24 hours of President Clinton's sequestered dick. You will stop asking got milk and ask got sense. You will not be satisfied with 25% fewer calories and 50% less fat. When I count to 3, you will no longer vegetate, but agitate. 1, 2, 3, snap! Kill the cable man. Thank you.
If you didn't know, now you do. I'd like to announce this show. Asaye, I hope I didn't fuck that up too bad, presents Lyrics, Flavor, and Beat every Saturday night starting on March 7th. Doors open at 9.
Nice of ya, on animation. Bring it to life, bring it to live. Come on, come on, come 60 million. Got children, listen. Here's the seed, the clouds on the earth's surface. Here's the truth now. Know what makes them nervous when you picture and paint with your third eye. Being and righteous that holds. No lies, no pieces, no partial. Choose to attract. Along with that bullshit, we niggas not that trap, always evil to poison. Minds of our people, we're rigging their death tactics that leads us on sequels with war. Always we want peace, but ammunition. Real take, got a day, no time for killing, but we're beating on grams. With you plantation, hot in the clothing, sugar cane for your nation. Imagine, just imagine, as I close my eyes. Become closed, shut tight with this city. We done make it through another now as I plan and structure our borders to span, extend domains to another to closer black culture. My knowledge plus wisdom, the grants of serenity to the disease of our children is a break from their minds. Roots to our life, cause like a son and daughter ought to be like they ought. Just imagine. Imagine the nation of your own animation. Bring it to life, bring it to living. Come one, come all, come 60 million. Got children, listen. Be like their mother, be like their father. From them altars, bring sons and daughters of altars. Kings and queens, from leaders to leaders. Believe on and doubt. Can no longer be this with an energy of anxiety, transformation. With your own eyes, we got creation. Use that spark to find your main purpose. Widespread is evidence, gravitate from them curses. That hurts us, me and you. Gotta break it. I can't take it like it's cold as a flu. Don't let it, can't let it catch up to you. Cause if you do, you don't wait it. I'm not hating, cause each and every day I'm something wrong. Picture this, can't you see it? Living in a nation full of happiness, no departure of family wholeness. Picture this, we can change this. No more killers just to feel us. Change from this. Change. Gotta make a change, cause I wanna live. Reshape these faces and places for you and my kids who live. That's never gonna leave them in the coma. I'd like to thank y'all out there. It's just I got a cold, and my remedies, they was working at the last minute. So you know how that is.
Yeah, coming up next, more hip-hop flavor with Boss Bomb, and give it up for him. Hello, people. I'm sorry, I have to get my correct mic. Before we even start performing, because I'm just Boss Swan. My man is H-Bomb. We got some Afro-Haitian dancers who's gonna dance with us. But before we even go into that, I want y'all to know something about hip-hop. Okay? What rap is back in the 70s, for those who weren't born
When somebody said, hey man, I'll rap to you later, it didn't mean I'm gonna play Puffy. It didn't mean I'm gonna scratch. It didn't mean I'm gonna sit up and break. It meant I'm gonna talk to you later. So when somebody say rap, remember that rap is just that. It is vocabularic verbals. It is talking. There are certain things that we in society have let things get stripped away. It's happened in history. It's happening today. There are people who really was involved with hip hop. Back in like the 70s, back in like the early 80s. But the one thing is that nobody sit up and challenge these people. These corny MCs, these corny record execs, nobody say nothing. You keep your mouth shut, and then all of a sudden it's on the box. And at first you kind of like fronting to yourself like, I'm cool. I ain't gonna actually like it. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something about hip hop. I just got back from Paris, France. Okay? While I was in Paris, France, Calvin Klein, that gay guy who got little kids, you know, doing porno flicks for his private enjoyment, yeah, he paid for my hotel. Because I work with the world champion break dancers. I'm sorry. There's no such thing as a break dancer. Y'all might not have known that. It is someone who dances on a break. Either a B-boy or a B-girl. Okay?
Lecture.
Now while I'm out there, I'm reminiscing when I was a little kid. I'm reminiscing when I was like 10 and 11. And these people who now are so hip-hop weren't hip-hop back then. These people were sitting up talking about, hey man, why y'all spin on your backs? Why you wiggy that record? There were elders who were sitting up talking about, man, why you playing that boonta boonta stuff? Y'all remember that? How many people remember that? Whether you were the one who was saying, stop that jiggy jiggy, or the boonta boonta, or the one being told that. This is the exact reason that we need to check ourselves. Now this is gonna get deep, because it ain't just about hip hop. This is the exact same reason that society is exactly how it is today. Because no one questions things right when it comes up. Nobody sits up and put that check mark on somebody's face and say, hey, you know what? That right there is wrong. Regardless of if everybody else going for it, I'm letting you know, I scope it. And I don't like it. But then you're being negative. Don't go against the grain. So, you guys need to get this before we even get off into our music and stuff. Music is just one expression of spirituality. Okay? I would like for all of us in this room to leave our shells. The flesh that can be cut, that can be shot. Oh, it's so painful. But the mental, the thought is something that's ever existing. It's ever living. We pass down generations and generations and generations of stories, tales, struggles, pains. People
need to realize, my people, you people, need to realize that it is up to us to check these certain items. Before we leave from here, at least check yourself. Don't worry about the next person. Check yourself and then start checking the other person. Because if you in check, you can start checking people. It's about us running the game of life. I'm on my offense. Okay, as I'm running my offense, you're attempting to check me with your defense. However, you can't trap me. I'm not in a half trap. So with that in mind, we are going to give you a little piece of hip hop. This is the verbal end of it. Within the beat, there's a little bit of jiggy, jiggy, jiggy. And I don't mean that LL New York terminology of jiggy. It ain't fly. It's a little bit of scratching in it. So we represented the DJ, we're representing the MCs. Unfortunately, we don't have any breakers here as far as B-boys or B-girls, but we got these Afro-Haitian dancers, okay? And we also want to paint a picture in your mind. This is the dopest graffiti that you'll ever see. It's mental graffiti.
I like it. Come with it.
I know I've been talking. You know why? Because it's rap. What's happening, y'all? Let's do this.
He said it right there.
Mercenary guerrilla warfare tactics makes me sound like a dog of war. Yeah, kicking that irritated slump. It's like this. It's that irritated slump providing guerrilla funk high off the hinges. It's that irritated slump providing guerrilla funk high off the hinges. It's that irritated slump providing guerrilla funk rider off the hinges. It's that irritated slump this out. I am the verbal mic wrecker, notorious chin checker. Upon the microphone, I might be prone to disrespect ya. Trooping through your spot like task force on a late night. Locked in my rock, keep it hot, and I'ma stay tight. Improve your sight, chance you might not see me. The window will ignite with the irritating TV. Pyramids of Giza, Oakland streets, from Iran to Pakistan down to Mozambique. Many tweak on this technique that I display. With the red Qurans that make you miss my day. The lyrical mic sparker, late night enemy stalker. The reincarnation of Nat Turner and J.B. Walker. Hey, check this out. Y'all gotta, excuse me, I got a little cold. Work with me. Off the hinges. Irritated slow provider. Off the hinges. Irritated slow provider. Gorilla funk night rider. Off the hinges. I am the lyrical anthrax spraying, Napoleon French dragon slaying, fully automatic self-gun constantly spraying. Upon your mind, heavily I'm weighing, aiming at your dome. Hush for the bum rush, you better prepare your phone for the forces of Navarone. Tactical invasion, you'll get voted in this combat zone. Unfriendly persuasion, caught in the crossfire, misnavigated the path. Forces surrendered, miscalculated the math. And there's a bloodbath going on throughout the city streets. Urban rebellion to those hard hip-hop beats, those psychoanalytical things of Sigmund Freud become void. Shit is getting serious. And my feelings are just paranoid. Irritated, slump provider, gorilla funk high-sider. It's that irritated, slump provider, gorilla funk high-sider. It's that irritated, slump provider, gorilla funk high-sider. Check this out. Like I said, I'm hearing a call right now, but it's all good. How y'all feeling? Let me hear y'all say it. One more time. You better bring a big stick to hit me with. Cause show enough, fella, I ain't easy to get. Hey, that's the line from Naru. Let me hear y'all say it one more time. It's off the hinges. It's off the hinges. Yeah, check this out. I'ma kick one more rhyme. A little something. Little something. I am the pirate satellite keeper, the late night enemy creeper, the one that's triggering C4 detonated by the page of your beeper. Microphone grim reaper, keeper of the temple. The game seems simple, but it gets real complex. There's no escape from the gravitational vortex. Cause I flex with the scriptures beyond comprehension. Hydroplaning with aerodynamic suspension. Let me mention these words from this lyrical stage. I've been a revolutionary from way back in the day. So ring the alarm, cause no crew can disarm me. Booby trapping the microphone like the North Vietnamese army. Spontaneous explosions, destroying your whole regiment. My crew threw a coup and now Kassimu's the president. Yeah, check this out. Give it up for the Never Again Project. And remember this. Check this out. Just know, it's that irritated slump provider, gorilla funk high-sider. It's that irritated slump provider, gorilla funk high-sider. It's that irritated slump provider, gorilla funk high-sider. Never again.
I was gonna let that man do his thing. I mean, he was looking kind of cool. Hey, how y'all like my little fur hat? Yeah, you know I had to break this out. Most of y'all know I had a bald head. I've been growing my hair, so I'm kind of like a little self-conscious about showing it right now. I'm trying to get my fro like boots. I've been getting them boots. It's gonna take me about 5 or 6 years, but I might let it happen. I'm really up here. I'm up here killing time because my man Q got to go to the bathroom. He told me. It's all for him. Y'all get up for my man Kassim, but we was sick and he still came out here to represent for us. Y'all having a good time? Y'all enjoying yourselves? Hey, yeah. Hey, I think my family is here. Let me see if my family's in the house. Let me see where we're at. I think my grandparents are here. My grandparents. Hey, why don't y'all stand up over there? I want to tell y'all something. I ain't ashamed to say, I'm 33, I live right underneath my grandparents, you know what I'm saying? You know what, I went back to live with them because you know why? I'm stacking my money, I can do stuff like this, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do something. I'm not trying to give somebody $800 a month rent and be starving every day and working every day for somebody else. I'm trying to make something happen for my folk, and that's one way to do it. I love my grandparents so much. I don't tell them enough, but you know, I just want to let them know right here in front of everybody. I really love y'all for letting me stay there. And this is the type of stuff that I can do, you know, with love like that and love from all of y'all. You know what I mean? And I see my man Q Style and Vinny is ready. We about to drop this joint called Let It Rain on Pharaoh. Let that down, man. Y'all give me some love. Y'all don't gotta sit down. Y'all can get up, you know what I mean? Y'all can sit up in there. You ain't gotta sit down. I mean, you know, if y'all feel it, y'all can stand up and come give me some love right here, you know what I mean? Let that dap play. Let that dap play. Q, you ready to set this off?
Shit.
What's up?
Do this.
Let it rain, let it rain.
Let it rain, baby.
Turn it up, turn it up. Turn that beat up. All I really want, what? Here we go, check it out. All I really want is for people to understand me and feel me. And most days I be feeling guilty like the weight of the world is on my shoulders. It's like a little tiny ant trying to carry a boulder. Impossible. It's not even logical to think that I can pull this off. And the cost is tremendous. My stress levels keep feeling. The seriousness of this gets me pissed off. The brothers try to tell me I'm soft, cause I care about my people. I wish that I could fly like an eagle away from the killing and the illing. Next man's lower self, I don't find it appealing at all. So when I see my words, I stand tall. When you write it to your eyes, I'm trying to make you realize it's time for a change. Living in the U.S., got a brother going insane. This ain't my natural habitat. I'm a dark brown brother, so why do they call me black? I'm not even African, that word was made by white men. How can they define who I am? We got to think this all through. Why do we still carry the name of the ones who put us in chains and made us slaves? That ain't no legacy to keep. Man, we got to stop walking in our sleep. So when it rains, I say let it rain. And when it rains, it's bringing about a change. So when it rains, I say let it rain. Let it rain, let it rain. Let it rain. So when it rains, I say let it rain. So when it rains, it's bringing about a change. When it rains, I say let it rain. Let it rain, let it rain.
What's wrong? Don't nobody know the cause. From my physical activities to the drugs, from my dog to the doctors from there. Hard to see clear for what's coming on my vision. I've always done from everybody's kingdom. So every time I need help, it was hard for me to reach them and teach them. For the fact that was goes on my life. Tossed out to altars like a husband and wife, which was my mama and daddy. The system couldn't let my family get happy. And never did I think this way back then. When I was young, teenage, little children. Ain't supposed to do nothing, ain't supposed to say nothing. Now that I'm older, hell ain't froze over. But everything I know, it counts on these shoulders of mine. I'm looking for a noble life with grace and time. So when the rain, I love the things that make you breathe. I mean it grow, come on, go ahead and let it rain.
So when it rains, I just let it rain. Cause when it rains, it's bringing about a change. So when it rains, I just let it rain. Let it rain, let it rain. So when it rains, I just let it rain. Cause when it rains, it's bringing about a change. So when it rains, I just let it rain. Let it rain, let it rain. You say what's in the name? Now let me drop the bomb. In Africa, no one's first name was Tom or Bob or Jimmy or Cliff. And nobody's family's name was Smith or Robert. Think of the names of our forefathers. Sit on the slave name. We're still retained in slavery. Because the name is a memory of what happened. Listen while I'm rapping. Where is our language? How did we lose it? We all have a brain to think, so let's use it. I've heard stories passed down from my family with sin chains over knowledge from my brain was starving us. Like a chisel, they was carving us into an image. There should have been a limit, but there wasn't. Our fathers were treated like dirt. When I think about it, it hurts right here in my heart. That is beaten. My eyes water whenever I'm reading the testament of a slave who was whipped and starved if he didn't misbehave. He had to watch his wife sleep with masters who never did ask us for it. They just took it and raided. And they calling us barbarians, murderers, thieves, and liars. They come from on fire with their Christian dialect that kept us in the dark, looking for a spark of hope, of light, that we would one day go to heaven. The man was telling us, turn the other cheek and love your enemy. But our people still ain't free to follow the ways we have known since birth. And then they want to try to tell us this is a curse. I don't know it all, but I'm tracing my roots, thirsty for some knowledge. How about you? My brother, how about you? Yo, sister, how about you? Hey, yo, how about you? Check it out, Q, let's do this, come on. The wind rains, I can let it rain. The wind rains, it's bringing a lot of change. The wind rains, I can let it rain. Let it rain, let it rain. The wind rains, I can let it rain. Let it rain, it's bringing a lot of change. Let it rain,